this. As an Italian, having a can of this in my house is sort of sacrilegious. It has sort of a Warhol sort of feel to it, kind of fun and eye-catching. This should be the new SpaghettiOs. Take a look at this label. I mean, this label is like, it's vintage. It feels very, very vintage. Like they haven't updated the label of SpaghettiOs in a very long time. So it says pasta and tomato and cheese sauce. I love pasta, tomato, and cheese sauce. I will say that I grew up on this kind of stuff. My mom didn't open a can of SpaghettiOs, but we made it at home. First of all, never tasted SpaghettiOs. We just didn't eat canned food. We just didn't. I always try to explain to people that I grew up in a different time where we were very isolated. And I think immigrants coming into this country, 45 years ago or more, we just didn't branch out. Never tasted it. I just know I can do better. Can be ready in, is it 3 minutes? 3 minutes. Okay, I don't think I can make SpaghettiOs in 3 minutes, but I can probably make better than this. I can't know that unless I try it. So let's try it. It smells a little tinny, but it is cute, look. I can see how kids would like this. I'm not gonna heat it up. I feel like, yeah, probably people heat it up, but it should be good just straight from the can, right? I think that the little noodles, look how cute they are. I will say growing up, we had a lot of these little noodles. Pasta, sauce. I don't taste any cheese at all. You know what I actually think would be good here is a little cheddar cheese on top. I think that would give it a nice balance. The sauce is slightly sweet. But honestly, this needs salt. It needs seasoning. It can be so much better. I'm just gonna add 3 little garlic cloves. I don't chop them, just smash and peel. Red onion, some carrots. It's kind of very basic. This is the actual sauce that my mom used to make, that my family used to make on the regular. There's no chopping really. We're gonna peel and we're just gonna quarter the red onion, throw it in the sauce, and we're gonna add the carrots. The carrots make the sauce sweet, and the SpaghettiOs sauce, tomato sauce, is slightly sweet. Some people put sugar into their red sauce, and some people use carrots for sweetness. I like carrots. I'm a carrot person. Get all my stuff prepped. I really like prepping everything in advance so that once I get to the stove, I'm just adding everything in and everything's already ready to go. Growing up, this is the sauce that went on everything. Pasta, eggs. The red onion is very potent. Okay, so you see, as you can see, it's just in quarters. That way, I can pick the pieces out. We just cut the carrot in thirds. All right, a little olive oil in the pan, some garlic. So once you start hearing a little sizzle, that's when the garlic starts to sort of penetrate and flavor the oil, and we're gonna add everything else into it. Corbari little baby datterini tomatoes. See that little teardrop, little baby tomato? They're peeled, and they're sweet, and they make for the most delicious sauce. I'm gonna add a little bit of water to these cans just to clean out all of the pomodorini juice. There we go. My 2 favorite tomatoes are pomodorini and datterini. So the pomodorini are like teardrops, like these, and then the datterini are the super round ones. And I put the red onion in the middle, nestle it right in the middle there. And I just, again, nestle them in the sauce. You can see that the onion is right in the center. And leaving it this size just helps me to pull out the onion. But the carrots, actually, we're gonna puree in the sauce later. Wonderful basil. Basil is just kind of, it's again another aromatic that cooks in here that gives it sort of a very sweet, almost lemony flavor, which I love. Look how pretty that is. See how pretty that is? The flavor bomb. Parmigiano, just the rind of the Parmigiano. Drop this, and this will slowly melt into the sauce and create like a little cheesy thickness into the sauce. And then we're just gonna let this simmer. We're gonna cover it, put it to bed for a little bit, and back in 30. So you see the little rim here of the sauce? What I usually do is then I start to clean it with the wood spoon, and it creates this crust. like that, almost like a tomato paste on the edges, that's when I know the sauce is ready. It's reduced. I need some salt now. So I wait to add the salt to the sauce until it's cooked. I don't want the salt to reduce too much. I don't want it to get too salty. So I do it at the end. It melts into the tomato, and I think it creates a really nice balance. And it's been simmering about 30 minutes. We're gonna pull out the chunks of onion. Can you just blend the onion? You sure can. But I prefer to take the onion out just because of the texture. See how soft the parm rind becomes because it melts? This is my favorite part. Yes, it's completely edible. I love it. Saving it for later. I've taken out all the onion. I took out the parm rind, and we're gonna blend it. So you could use an immersion blender, but if you're gonna use an immersion blender, you should remove the carrot pieces because they're not gonna be able to blend that into a nice smooth sauce. Because I wanna keep the carrots in because I love that sweetness. Just remember, it's a hot liquid, so I'm gonna let it cool slightly. And in the meantime, we're gonna cook our pasta. There we go. Let me show you the pasta. Fun little shell shapes. They're called gnocchetti. Kind of look like gnocchi. They're really cute. They're really little, and you can eat them with a spoon. Much like SpaghettiOs. So we're gonna just toss a bunch of the little gnocchetti in here and cook it up. Let's get this baby boiling. So I always leave the pan sort of cracked open. This way, the water will come back up to a boil quickly, which is what you want with pasta, because you want it to continue to swim in boiling water. While that's cooking, let's puree our sauce. I put a towel over it because, just in case. You never know with these things. So let's drop it in. You can see the color difference, and that has a lot to do with the cheese. They could use a little more salt. Flavored salt that I make. It's got a little bit of red pepper flake in it. It's got a little rosemary in it, lemon zest in it. You know how some kids love the smell of chocolate chip cookies? Well, I love the smell of simmering tomato sauce. This is my bowl of comfort right here. My mom used to add a tablespoon of butter. Just to make it a little velvety. Shall we do that? I think we're gonna do that. Not a big piece. Right in there. You know when you dress up an outfit and you're like, I think these more elegant earrings are just making me feel a little sexier going out? Yeah, well, the butter is the same. Taste, you gotta taste. Yeah, baby. All right, gnocchetti are ready. And we're gonna... A little bit of pasta water is always good too, so don't worry too much about getting all the water out. Parmigiano. And then I was thinking to serve it, some cheddar cheese on top. What do you think? It's not Italian for sure, but I think it gives it like a nostalgic throwback kind of feel to this dish. I wish you could smell it. I mean, delicious! This is a bowl of love, a bowl of comfort. I mean, this is my childhood. So add a little cheddar cheese on top because I think that's what they intended to have, but I didn't taste it. So this time I'm adding some sharp, shredded cheddar. It's kind of blending the Italian tradition with the American tradition. And look at that. See? All melty. Even more. This is a nice pasta, tomato, and sauce. And this is spectacular. This should be the new SpaghettiOs. How I would say it is SpaghettiOs. I mean, hello? Hello? I got there a little late as Shane's finishing his SpaghettiO version. I mean, my SpaghettiO version.
I remember the commercials really well. My mother, being Italian, did not cook SpaghettiOs. They look gross to me. This is delicious.
Did you like the addition of the cheddar cheese on top?
Yeah, I thought that was pretty nice. It's not my favorite of the pasta dishes, but this was delicious.
You mean this isn't your favorite pasta dish I've ever made?
No, you know, I have to imagine this is 100 times better than SpaghettiOs.
Yeah, baby.